In this video, we're gonna talk about how to get more out of your salespeople and how to keep them closing at all times. All right, guys, thank you so much for tuning in once again to another solar video on the channel. My name's Ivan and I own a solar growth marketing agency. We specialize in solar lead generation and solar sales. The reason why I wanted to make this video is because it doesn't matter how big or small your company is, if you're selling over the phone or if you're selling remotely, this is gonna help you tremendously get more out of your salespeople and actually, have them being more efficient and make more money as a result of it, all right? This was first brought to my attention by actually one of my best clients, and that was probably just over a year and a half or 2 years ago, right? It actually happened a while back, but it's still relevant even today. And if you implement this into your solar sales business, you're gonna reap the rewards very, very shortly after. It's very simple concept, so I don't want this to be a long, drawn out video. But hey, if you're new to the channel, I appreciate you. And if you see value in this video at all, please share it with a friend and subscribe to the channel. That's my only ask for you, all right? This is literally the only fee that we have, okay? I wanna be the guy. My mission for this channel is to be the individual that brings the most out and is the most open about our industry and how to actually, get in the industry and make money, right? And even if you're already existing, there's a lot of people that have massive businesses that watch my content. I've received very, very good messages from you guys. But there's even people that have massive organizations that do door knocking and want to transition to over the phone or virtual selling. And as you know, I'm very big on selling over the phone. The concept of this video that I'm going to share with you is very, very basic. But if you implement it, it's game over. It's pretty simple. So there's three stages to having a close, okay? 3 stages. We're gonna draw out a line, okay? You have your start, which is obviously the scheduling of the appointment. Then you have, that's the appointment right here, okay? That's the appointment. And then you have the presentation. Or the close. And then you have docs. All right? Which is probably one of the most important bits out of everything. Because anyone, if they're not sold right here, they can back out when they're signing the docs. Now, obviously, if you're selling over the phone, you want to make sure that they sign the docs with you, okay? Or with your sales guy, because if you close and you think you've closed a deal and you send them the docs to read by themselves at their own time, they could run into something they clearly don't understand, and that could cost you a sale. That could ruin the deal. I don't know if that's happened to you, but it's happened to a lot of people, and so I don't want that to be you watching this. So very simple. 3 stages of the entire close of the entire sale. You have the appointment setting, you have the presentation on the close, and you have the docs, right? So what you want to do is you want to have a different guy here, okay? You want to have a different guy here, right? You want to have a closer right here, and this is where it can get really interesting. You want to have a third person right here. So you can actually free up that time frame could be free up, because usually a lot of companies are doing it in a way that the guy, and there's no right or wrong here. I'm just giving you something to think about if you want to literally get to the next level of efficiency, right? Not saying that you can't grow if your sales guys are doing the docs with the customer, but the thing is, and that's reality, and if you're doing phone sales or virtual selling, you know that sometimes docs could take anywhere up to 2 hours. So why would you waste somebody's 2 hours where they could be running another appointment making money for you and themselves? So the point of this is that to eliminate that time and to make sure that the guy that are closing, right, are doing specifically and only just this. Okay, I'm gonna make it green. The guys who are closing are only basically doing this. They're not worried about setting appointments. They're not worried about doing the docs with the customer. Their only job is to present and close, right? Now, if they do a poor job, this could flop. Absolutely. I'm not saying this could be a perfect, execution right out of the gate. Probably going to have some, stalls right there. But this, if you improve this and you add a third individual into the process, there's two ways. There's two things that actually take place that a lot of people just never really seem to think about. For one, the more people you have, even if you're a small organization like 5 or 10 guys, the customer is actually gonna think that they're dealing with a big organization. And that's the point of it all. Because if you're dealing with someone who's big, okay, supposedly they could have more trust in someone who's there, who has built something, and then obviously is more likely to stay in the future. That's the whole point. There's two things. One, to make the entire sales process more efficient than it currently is. And number two, to make the company, your company, look bigger than he actually is in actuality, right? So again, 3 steps. Your closers, if you have really high skilled closers, people that can close deals, okay, and can make you a lot of money. This is where the money is made, okay? Anybody could do this, right? And a lot of people can be taught to do this. And so is the presentation and close, but the thing is, you wanna make sure that you keep your guys, your best guys that are closing the deals, right? They're doing the most important job out of all, right? Throughout the process. Not that the appointment setting and documentation are not important, but if this doesn't take place, everything else falls apart, right? So you want to make sure that this guy right here is occupied by closing, and only that. They're not doing appointment setting, right? They're not doing documentation. They're just doing the close, all right? So I'm just giving you guys something to think about because I want you to do well. I want you to do very, very well, all right? And so again, to recap, you want to make sure that you have your guys closing rather than anything else. And that's going to free up a lot of time for the closer to actually be closing, as opposed to, take up an hour or 2 of his time every single time when they close to do the document signing. Right? And it's a very, very easy switch. Once they're on the call, they could say, we could transfer you over to a signing department, and they could carry out, obviously, the documentation signing that needs to be signed, okay? We'll transfer you over to a contract specialist, and there you go. So the purpose of this video is to tell you that out of being more efficient, and you're gonna obviously make a good first impression to the customer that you represent a bigger company, is to have a contract specialist, all right? So that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet, and share it with a friend. That's how we grow, all right? And if you want to grow your solar business fast, then make sure you schedule a call down below where we'll lay out a strategy for you from start to finish on the call as to exactly what our process is and how we can help you. If we're not able to help you, we'll let you know. All right? So I appreciate you all, and I'll see you again on the next video. Until next time, sell more KWs, stay well, and take care.